So around 2 weeks ago, I built a high school in BLOXBURG, and in part 1 we built the exterior, in part 2 we built a little bit of the interior, and today in the third and final part we are going to be finally finishing this school, working on the second story, which means this will be the third and final part of our school series. I know, can you believe it? I finished a series. I know, crazy. So in episode 2, we done all of the downstairs. Now we just have to do the library, the art room, the toilets, the music room, the teacher's lounge, the principal's office, the science class, and another random classroom. And off camera, I just painted all the walls and added some wall trims. Because, I mean, let's be honest, no one wants to see me paint walls. Do you want to see me paint walls? No. Now, these are the hallways right now. They're looking boring. They're looking basic. And we're going to fix them. Hi. Are you joking me? Oh, what the hell? BLOXBURG, that was so rude of you, honestly. Who do you think you are? And it didn't even save my progress either. What?
It's what she deserves.
I literally placed down like 3 lockers. It disconnected me and it didn't even save. Imagine if I built this entire school and then I got disconnected. I think I would potentially just quit BLOXBURG at that point. Imagine rage quitting from BLOXBURG. Now, as for these hallways, I'm just gonna spice them up a little bit by adding the things downstairs. Okay, the hallways are done. I'm just gonna have a fire extinguisher just in case some like crazy person accidentally sets a fire in the school. So I think that's all our hallways done. I think the first room I want to work on is the music room. I actually did not like music in high school. I feel like everyone was so good at it and I just sucked. My teacher was like, here, read this. And it was a sheet of music paper. And I'm like, babes, I'm dyslexic. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's funny because as a kid, I always wanted to play the violin. Okay, I'm having basic shapes here. And you're probably like, why? This is going to be a stage. We're going to have the piano on the corner. You can have the conductor here, or aka the teacher. Ew, look at my avatar. She's so creepy. See, this is where we learn about our Lord and Savior, Mozart. Oh, and the good thing is we can place things on top here. So we have a sheet of music paper, and do we have a microphone? Oh, perfect. We have a microphone. Did you guys ever have talent shows in school? Remember our talent shows? People would go up and sing. And in my head, I'm like, how do you have the confidence to do that? I had panic attacks presenting to a class of 13, let alone singing in front of the entire school. No thanks. Oh, and as well as a podium, we'll also have a drum kit so people can show off their amazing drum skills. Oh, and then on the wall here, a trophy wall. See, this would be a good time to have the musical trophy in BLOXBURG. Yeah, if you didn't know, by the way, if you reach level 10 on any of your skills in BLOXBURG, you get a trophy. Do I have any trophies? Nope. Actually, do I have any trophies? I have this. This isn't technically a music trophy, but it counts as something. 5 billion. It's fine. We're just gonna pretend this is a trophy, a music trophy, okay? And then on this shelf, we'll just fill this with desk organizers. And then one final touch on the wall, add a decal, and then change this to musical notes. See, why does that actually look kind of cool? And another thing we can have on this wall is a bunch of the guitars. Oh, we can have the xylophones up here for the people who can't play normal instruments, aka me. And I just realized we're also gonna need tables in here for people who do theory. I kind of forgot that music doesn't just involve playing with instruments. It also involves sitting down and writing. Who would have thought?
What sorcery is this?
I'm gonna have these comfy office chairs in the music room. Because when I had music, they always had really comfy chairs for some reason. And then along this wall up here, this is where we can have the fancy guitars. I'm not gonna add too many of them because, you know, they're fancy. And also they're way too expensive to add more than like 10. A lot of people keep asking me, is this school Yandere Simulator? Okay, listen, was it inspired by Yandere Simulator? Yes. Is it Yandere Simulator? No. Don't worry, I'm not going to be killing anyone in the school. And for the tables, so we'll just have 4 tables so it's not too crowded, and no chairs because you're going to be standing up. I don't know why it's so dark in this class, but we're going to have some lamps on top of the table. And just to make it a little bit more warm in here, some carpet underneath the desk. So that is our music class all done. Now, the next thing I want to work on is the art classroom because I'm pretty excited to do this. One of my favorite subjects in school was art. Don't be fooled, I was not any good at it, but it was fun and that's all that matters.
This is all I got.
The art class, we obviously need canvases in the middle. Oh, I'm thinking we can have a long table at the back here. Because usually in art, there'll be times where you need to sit down and paint. This is the most realistic art table ever. Piece of paper, paint bucket, paintbrush, small pile of dirt, and make that the same color as the paint. And it also kind of looks like we've just like murdered someone, but now usually if we're painting, we'll need a glass of water so we can wash our paintbrushes off. And I want the back of the classroom to be filled with people's artwork. It's kind of like a mini art museum at the back of the classroom. See, like that, very cute. And just so people who are doing art can see what they're doing, we'll have some pendants above the table. We need more flair in here. Art classes are usually psycho when it comes to decorations, so
People think I'm obsessed with this, but I'm okay with it. I am obsessed with it.
I didn't know where to have all of our art supplies, but I'm thinking these cubby shelving, so then we can have all of our paint colors. Whew, okay, done. That took way longer than expected. Theory in art class was so confusing because, like, why am I writing about Da Vinci's firstborn brother? Like, what? Like, no, I just came in to draw trees. And yes, we're copying this painting from the English classroom. I'm aware it's not English, okay? One thing about art teachers though, they will either be the sweetest people you will ever meet or the worst. There is no in between. One more thing we're gonna have in here though is a fan. Okay, so art class is done. And the next thing we need to do is the bathrooms because I just realized last episode, we didn't do the downstairs bathrooms. So I'm gonna have to redeem myself and not only do the downstairs one, also finish the upstairs one because currently no one in the school has access to toilets. You know, one thing though, these bathrooms, they're huge. The reason I want them so big, so I can make all the toilets disability friendly. You know, fun fact, not really fun fact, I actually never went to the toilet at school. I refused to go to the toilet at school. Like, I remember going to the toilet at school once and I went inside and there was a full like poo mark on the wall.
I don't need to know about that. You keep that to yourself.
I don't know why, but I hate the fact that these toilets like have no plants. I feel like my toilets should have plants in them. And then lastly, some cabinets up here for extra storage. Now, these bathrooms up here are done, and I'm just gonna copy the same concept and add them at the bottom. Okay, there we go. Downstairs bathrooms are done. We can't bully me anymore, okay? Now, the last room we have on the right wing of the school is, of course, the library. What I love about this library is that it's 2-story. I wanted to go for a nice dark wooden library. So all around the walls, we're adding full wall paneling. There's many different libraries we can do. I saw this on Pinterest and I was like, oh, this does low-key kind of make me want to become a librarian. Like, imagine just being able to read books all day. That would be my dream. I read this quote and it was like, you can't say that you've had a boring life if you've read books because you technically get to live in all those different universes. And I thought that was pretty cool because when I was like super sick in school, I would always read different books. One thing I want BLOXBURG to add in the future is the ability to change the decals on the books. Although, why does these books kind of look like Shrek? Like, do I sound crazy or does that look like Shrek? What can I say? I got Shrek on the mind. Oh, hello, man. I want us to have some of these books. One of those zigzag corner bookshelves. Did you guys ever have book week during school? So I remember in school, I had to dress up as a book character from a book we've read. Guys, and I kid you not, I literally went to school as Darla from Finding Nemo. I don't want to talk about it, okay? I was a very weird child.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird.
Listen, we're not ever going to bring this up again, okay? I tell you my secrets, you bring them to your grave. Noted? Okay, that's our zigzag corner shelf. It actually looks kind of cool. And one thing I definitely want in here is chandeliers. I love how I was originally going for a Japanese-inspired school. Why is this giving England boarding school right now? And as this is a library, we'll also have some book posters on the wall. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite book, because I need to start reading books again. The last book I read made me cry, and I don't want to cry anymore. So you guys have to give me books that don't potentially make me cry. And people also usually come to the library to study, so we can't forget some good old study desks. Listen, I would have the $5,000 computer, but look how cute this $900 computer looks. See? They're basically the same thing. And we are going to pretend this person over here has like a lot of homework to catch up on. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Oh, and just in case we have a study group in the library, we can have a big table here and finally carpet on the door so people can wipe their feet before they go in the library, because I don't want no crusty, dusty, musty feet walking inside my library. And then last but not least, a sign that says, please shut up when entering my library. So I'd say the library is done. She's looking scrumdiddly yumptious. And now all we have left of the school is the left wing. Now for the left wing, the first thing I want to do is, of course, the teacher's lounge. This is where the teachers like to gossip about the kids, how much they hate their students. Probably like, oh my god, did you hear how annoying Alaska was in class today? Ugh. And I guess because I'm nice, I'll give the teachers their own TV in the teacher's lounge. I mean, if I was a teacher, I think I'd want a nice cozy teacher's lounge. So I reckon massive table here, meeting board here where they can discuss what they want to do with the class. See, that's the thing about being a teacher. How do they come up with the lessons they want to teach every single day? Like, if that was me, I think I would just run out of ideas. For example, there was this one teacher I had during school. He was my design and technology teacher, and I kid you not, he would literally just let us do whatever for like 2 hours. And then if there was something important coming up, like a test, he'd be like, here's the material, guys, go study. I don't know how I passed that class, but apparently I did. And let me tell you, I have graduated that class 3 years ago, and I cannot tell you one single thing I learned from there. Also, this teacher teacher's kitchen is actually looking quite cute. I don't know if I want to make it look commercial or make it look a little bit more realistic. I think we're going to go realistic. I want to make sure the teachers actually like their teacher's lounge. You know how we make them like their teacher's lounge? Warm, ambient lighting. Okay, so last thing is a podium here just in case someone needs to have a meeting. And then there we go. That is our teacher's lounge. So now we have 3 more classes to do, starting with the principal's office. I already know exactly what I want to have for the principal's office. I want to make this principal's office very intimidating because guess who's the principal of this school? Me. There's not much going on in this wall, so I might have some arched counters mixed with some horizontal planks. And then on these planks, this is where I have files of all the students on my hit list. Why do I sound like a psychopath, I swear?
I'm going insane. Perhaps wacky. One might even say crazy.
It's like the most fancy table I can get. This one. You know it's serious when you walk into your principal's office and they have Victorian chairs and tables. I'm gonna make this table so fancy. Just one single piece of paper, reading glasses, and a single coffee cup. Now for these 2 last classrooms, they're pretty much gonna be very identical to the downstairs classes except for the science room. So this room, however, a literal replica from downstairs. I'm not sure what this class is gonna be yet. What's the classroom we don't have? Oh, maybe this can be biology. Actually, yeah, we don't have a biology class. If you picked biology during school, you've got to be one of the smartest people ever. I picked biology for a day. It was so hard. I felt like they were talking a different language.
So with you, brother? You tripping, bro? You tripping?
Actually, if this is going to be a biology class, we might replace the books with the trays in case we're doing some dissecting. Dissecting is so gross. I remember I had to watch my teacher blow into the lung of a cow. Saying that sentence out loud even sounds fake. He blew into it and it got really big, and then when he let go, it had this awful stench that made me want to throw up. So now that our bio class is done, we might as well work on the last room, which is the science room. Now, the first thing we're going to do with the science class is fill the entire back wall with pantries. So then we have somewhere to put all of our equipment. And I'm thinking for the chairs, instead of the chairs that we've been doing in the rest of the classroom, for example, we can have some trays from the biology lab. What other equipment do we need in a science room? Oh, we need a flask, but I don't think BLOXBURG has flasks. Might use a vase instead. Remember beakers during school? That was one of the first things I had to do in science. We had to turn on a Bunsen burner.
Science rules.
And this isn't exactly a Bunsen burner, but it looks like it kind of. So then this way we can just have random equipment on the table. Or maybe we can have a lava lamp, make it green. Oh, see, that looks so cool. So these fragrance sprays kind of look like beakers. Oh, and a thermometer. I don't think BLOXBURG has a thermometer though. They do not. We do have fire extinguishers, which is what we'll need definitely in here. Oh, and we cannot forget our safety glasses. Our science teacher would go crazy if we didn't wear our safety goggles. Like, actually crazy. I just want to put random equipment on these tables, make them look as interactive as possible. So I think that looks pretty good. So then we need the chairs. But for safety reasons, you can't really have normal chairs. In science, you have to use stools instead. Okay, so I think that's the tables and chairs done. Now over on the left here, some sinks, just in case people burn their hands on some chemicals. Oh, that also probably means we're gonna need a bunch of safety signs in the science room. And then finally, the teacher's desk. Okay, so I'm kind of impressed with the way the science room turned out. So with the science room done, our school is finally complete, and the finished school, after many hours of building, comes to a total of $795,000. Alrighty, so if we make our way inside the school, head up to the second floor. I don't know where to go, it's so big. Okay, we'll start off with the right wing. Coming down this hallway, we have the music room. I love the way this music room turned out. This is where we get to go up, and if you're doing a presentation from the class, this is obviously where you stand up and sing your heart out. Dream guest on my podcast? I'm gonna have to say one of my exes.
Brother, this guy stinks!
So yeah, and then you can show off your beautiful guitar skills as well. You can practice over here. As you can see, I am kind of a professional. And then over here is where you do your theory. So then if you need to do a little pee during the day, well, luckily for you, we have not 1, but 3 bathrooms to choose from. Very big, very spacious. Just make sure to shut the door. If you don't shut the door while you're in the toilet, then you're a bit of a weirdo. And then if we come down here, we have class 103, which is the art room. My personal favorite class, because I mean, who doesn't like art? Honestly, art is love, art is life. You can see we have a photo of one of Bob Ross's paintings, and everyone in the class is trying to replicate Bob Ross's painting. Clearly, some people are better than others, but I'm not playing favorites. And then this is where we do the theory part of art, which no one likes. And then we also get to observe some beautiful historic moments of art throughout history. It's really beautiful. Then if we keep heading down this hallway, we have the library. I love this library because if we're sitting right here, get a nice view of the sunset. And the library actually has the best view of the entire school. We can see the entire courtyard, the track fields. I don't know what these decals are. This is obviously where people come to study, in the library, and if you're making a noise, you should probably read the sign and shut up. Next classroom. So yeah, that was the right wing of the school. Now making our way to the left wing. Oof, I might get a workout by the end of this. Okay, so if we come through here, this is the teacher's lounge. I wanted to make this as cozy as possible.
Where's the lamb sauce?
The teachers can cook up a nice meal, gossip about how much they hate their students, and then, oh, did you hear that? The bell rung. Then they make their way over here to my personal favorite classroom, which is the principal's office. So yeah, this is the principal's office, aka my office, darling. Hello, welcome to my school. Oh, you're not subscribed to Alaska Violet? Then guess what? You're expelled. That's usually how my meetings go at my school. So yeah, and then over here we have the science class. Okay, jokes aside though, this science class has got to be my favorite room in the entire school, just because it reminds me so much of my science class during school. I love the way the tables turned out. We have a very scientific show on the whiteboard, and then if we accidentally touch a chemical, we can wash our hands. So then the last classroom we have is of course biology. No one likes biology. Also have the upstairs up here that I kind of forgot to show you guys. This is the top bit of the school, which leads out into courtyard, which is awesome. Honestly, this is where I would have lunch, get a nice view of the school, and watch the sunset. Woo! I can't believe this school is finally done. I love the way it turned out. Hope you enjoyed this little school journey of mine. Did I forget to change the decal up the top there? Yes. Will I ever change it? No. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this series, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!